Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be doing another reading wrap up for the month of November. So I've got my little pile of books that I read this past month, and honestly I feel like this pile doesn't look very big, and it really isn't because I honestly didn't read that much. I feel like the first book, well technically the second book that I read, really put me in a reading slump, but let's just go ahead and get started. The first book that I read this past month of November is actually Fourth Wing. Now this wasn't a full reread of the book, but I did go back and look at my annotations in my original copy, and I picked up the special like holiday edition, and this one includes 2 extra chapters from the male character's point of view. So I read those and I just kind of like skimmed everything to get myself ready for the second book. And here we have the second book, Iron Flame. I went to the midnight release party at my local Barnes & Noble and it was so much fun. We got these like cute little tote bags, and unfortunately I didn't love the second book. I feel like this second book was kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to get hate for that, but I just feel like the first half of the book was so much like political information that I honestly didn't really care about. I wanted the 2 main characters to be together, and they were literally stationed in 2 completely different areas and they hardly got to see each other. And the dragons, because they couldn't see each other, the dragons couldn't see each other either, so there wasn't really any like as much banter and communication and just, you know, like dragon vibes going on. But once you got to the second half of the book, it did pick up, and the action, you know, it was there, it was good, and the ending of the book is crazy. It is wild. I'm not gonna give any spoilers because you need to read the book, but I did like it, but I'm still kind of like, how did we even end up here? Because the ending is just like, it's weird, but it was good. But yeah, I really loved the Fourth Wing book, and unfortunately I didn't love Iron Flame as much, but I did still enjoy it. As you can see, I tabbed it and stuff. And if you've never read these books before, these books are basically about dragons. They're kind of like, well, it's not just about dragons, but it's kind of like a mixture of Game of Thrones and I would say like the Hunger Games, where there's like this war going on, and there's this like, it's a war college, and people have these like powers and they connect with these dragons, and there's obviously an enemies to lovers situation going on. It's definitely, I would say, more like romantasy than just fantasy, because there is a lot of romance, especially in the first book. The second book was honestly more just like info dump and stuff at the beginning, but I would still categorize it as romantasy. But yeah, I really enjoy this series, and I'm excited for the books, for the rest of the books. There's like, I think 3 books left, but yeah, that's the second book that I read. And then the last books that I read for the month of October are the Shady Hollow series books. I love this series so much. It is the cutest, perfect, cozy murder mystery, and it's the perfect like series and perfect books to read for the month of either October or November, because they give you those super warm, cozy fall vibes. The first book in the series is called Shady Hollow. That is actually the name of the town where the story takes place, and this cover is just absolutely gorgeous. It is stunning. I did find this book at a little free library, and I'm so happy that I did, because like I said, this is my absolute favorite series. This story follows a little fox. First of all, think of, if you know Fantastic Mr. Fox, think of like that world where cute little woodland creatures live like humans. There's coffee shops, there's little bookstores, there's a cop who's a bear. It's just so stinking cute. And although it is like a murder mystery and there's murder going on, it's still like super fun and adorable. Just like the whole whimsical cute vibe and the little town that they live in. It's a really fast-paced book, at least for me. It had me just not wanting to put it down. I really wanted to know who like did it. I really like the series. If you're looking for something fun to read and that's like a little murder mystery, I definitely suggest this series. Like I said, this is the first book, and here we have the second book in the series. This one is called Cold Clay, a Shady Hollow mystery. Look at this cover. It is also gorgeous and so cute. This story does take place in the autumn, which is why I actually saved it, because I bought these books, the second and the third book. I bought them last year, but I saved them to read this year, and I'm so happy that I did. They're just so cute. I love them so much. They're so fun. You can read these like in a day. They're so cute, but I actually did not like the second story as much as I liked the first one. I feel like because I know the writing style of the authors now since reading the first book, I honestly knew who the person or the suspect was probably like 3 chapters into the book, but I did still enjoy this one. But the third book I really loved. It definitely reminded me more of the first book, but then it also had this other like plot or storyline that also made me a little more interested, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed this one. I do recommend all of them though. They are super cute, super adorable, and yeah, look at the cover in this one. Isn't that so cute? It is just adorable. Something funny about these books is I would look back at the front cover and be like, okay, well, which characters are the ones that are on the cover? Like, they're somehow important. And like, I guess they were, but like, it wasn't like necessarily who the bad person was that was on the cover, if that makes sense. But I love the Shady Hollow series. It is my absolute favorite series, like I said, because it's just so quick and fun and whimsical and adorable, and I absolutely love it. But those are all the books that I read for the month of November. I didn't get that much reading done, like I said, because Iron Flame put me in a little bit of a reading slump. It took me like about 2 weeks to read that book, almost 3 weeks. And I honestly, if I really like a book, it'll take me 3 days to finish it. If I super like a book and it's not a big book, I can finish it in pretty much a day. But if I'm not really vibing with a book, it does take me about a week. But since Iron Flame was such a thick book, it took me like 2 to 3 weeks to finish it. But yeah, I'm actually reading 2 books right now that I am so excited to share with you for next month's video. So if you guys like today's video, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if you read any of these books, or if there's a certain book that you really liked that stood out to you that you're thinking of picking up. I would really love to know that. Also, definitely leave me some book recommendations. I'm kind of into whatever. I don't really read nonfiction that much, but I have read a couple of autobiographies, and I love fiction. I love romance. I love smutty books. What else is there? Historical fiction. I actually really like historical fiction. But yeah, definitely leave me some book recommendations, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and see you next time. Bye!